What if one man scored an unprecedented number of points in a single NBA game without a single camera rolling, no highlights, no replays, just a packed gym in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and a performance so unreal it still echoes across generations? Wilt Chamberlain didn't just break the scoring barrier, he shattered it. 50 field goals attempted, 36 made, 28 free throws were hit. And that night, he wasn't lucky. He was inevitable. This isn't just history. This is the story of basketball's biggest "how did he do that?" moment. If you think stats like 50.4 points per game are untouchable, stay tuned, because we're diving into the night Wilt turned legend. So don't miss like, subscribe, and witness greatness unfold. Wilt Chamberlain didn't walk into the professional league. He stormed in like a force of nature. In his very first NBA game in 1959, he dropped 43 points and 28 rebounds, and by the season's end, he had clinched Most Valuable Player, Rookie of the Year, and All-Star MVP, a triple crown only he and one other have ever achieved. He wasn't just talented, he was redefining excellence. With his towering 7'1" frame and elite skill set, Wilt wasn't just a player, he was the system. Every night, he turned games into history lessons. Before long, he wasn't chasing records. He was setting the standard for the entire sport. On March 2nd, 1962, Wilt made the basketball world stop. In a modest gym in Hershey, Pennsylvania, before just over 4,000 fans, he scored a never-before-seen number of points in a single game. A total so absurd, it still stands untouched today. Wilt made 36 field goals and 28 free throws, capping off the night with a smooth shot and a simple sign reading 100. There were no TV cameras, no national broadcast, yet the moment lives forever. This wasn't just a game, it was a revolution. That night, Wilt proved the impossible wasn't just reachable, it could be conquered with style, grace, and historic dominance. Wilt wasn't just scoring, he was on a different planet. He came into that game averaging an astounding 50.4 points per contest, already having set a single-game record with 78 points earlier in the season. In Hershey, he stacked 23 in the initial quarter, reached 41 by halftime,
Putting it together by quarters, Wilt had 23 in the first quarter, 18 in the second quarter,
and then exploded for 28 more in the third. By the fourth, the entire crowd was chanting, "Give it to Wilt," as teammates focused solely on helping him make history. And when Wilt hit that mythical number with 46 seconds left,
out of the stands, 46 seconds left, the most amazing scoring performance of all time.
the arena exploded. What Wilt did wasn't just a record, it was the new ceiling of human achievement in basketball. Wilt's free throw performance that night was just as legendary. Known for his struggles at the line, Wilt stunned the world by hitting 28 of 32, an 87.5% success rate, nearly double his season average. But this wasn't a one-night fluke. In the 3 games leading up to his scoring explosion, Wilt had made 45 of 59 free throws, showing clear rhythm. In that stretch, he averaged over 64 points per game. Wilt didn't just show up that night. He was preparing for greatness, locking in mentally and physically. What many saw as magic was a masterclass in readiness and execution under pressure. People often oversimplified Wilt's greatness, calling him just tall, but the numbers told the truth. That night, the Knicks were without their starting center, and Wilt faced a rotation of rookies and undersized defenders. Still, the way he moved, scored, and dominated wasn't about height. It was about skill, timing, and athleticism. With 41 points by halftime, Wilt wasn't just scoring, he was making the game look easy and showing the world what unprecedented scoring could truly look like. That season, he finished with over 4,000 total points, a record still untouched. Wilt didn't rely on mismatches. He created mismatches against every defender the league threw at him, turning each game into a clinic of what was possible. Comparisons to Kobe Bryant's 81-point game are common, but Wilt's performance felt mythical. Kobe had global cameras and viral moments. Wilt, just a gym, a photo, and the loudest whisper in sports history. No video footage, no replay angles. Just a handwritten 100 and an unforgettable performance. And what makes it even more remarkable? 2 days later, against the same Knicks, Wilt put up 58 points and 35 rebounds. That wasn't a hot streak. That was normal for him. He made massive scoring look humanly possible, yet utterly unreachable at the same time. His record-setting night wasn't manufactured hype. It was the moment where the sport collided with superhuman ability and pure historical magic. Wilt was so good that the league had to change to slow him down. They widened the lane, banned his free throw dunks, and altered rules just to level the playing field. Despite it all, Wilt led the league in scoring for 7 straight seasons, averaging 39.4 points per game in that run. As his career progressed, he shifted to whatever his team needed: scorer, rebounder, passer, or defender. In 1967, he led the league in field goal percentage, rebounds, and was third in assists, guiding his team to a championship. Wilt wasn't just dominant, he was versatile, selfless, and team-first when it mattered. The same man who made extraordinary scoring look like a reachable goal, not a fantasy. In 1962, basketball was already becoming faster and more high-scoring. Teams averaged 118.8 points per game, the highest ever, yet even in that chaos, Wilt stood above the noise. His unmatched scoring average that season still feels like fiction. The gap between him and everyone else wasn't small. It was a canyon built on greatness. Even after reaching the century mark, Wilt kept going. He finished that year with 118 more points than the next closest scorer. He wasn't a product of pace. He was the reason pace had to change. The league had to adapt to Wilt Chamberlain, the man who redefined what was truly possible in sports history. Wilt's record book looks like it was written for a video game. His single-game scoring total was just the headline. He had 118 games with 50-plus points, 65 straight 30-point games, and 55 rebounds in a single night. He even led the league in assists just to show he could. No matter what phase he was in, Wilt found a way to lead. And every stat wasn't just a number, it was a warning to history and a challenge to every future player. His career became the gold standard for scoring, rebounding, and evolving within the game. Wilt didn't just excel, he redefined what was thought possible on a basketball court. To this day, no one has come within 19 points of Wilt's record. That number still floats above every game like a crown no one else can wear. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, all tried, none succeeded. Wilt's extraordinary night wasn't just about stats, it was about expanding belief. A night in a tiny gym became the greatest story basketball has ever told, and that's the legacy. Wilt didn't chase glory, he created it. His massive scoring effort made us rethink limits, records, and what one person could do. And even now, 60 years later, the world is still in awe of the man who made the impossible look easy. Wilt Chamberlain's record-setting night wasn't just a record, it was a statement. No replays, no cameras, just greatness on display. In a small-town gym, he did something so extraordinary. It still stuns fans decades later. Unprecedented scoring. One man, one unforgettable night. It wasn't hype, it was history. He didn't follow the rules. He made the game rewrite its own. Was Wilt's incredible game the greatest performance in sports, or just the start of what's possible? Share your take in the comments. And if you love stories like this, like, share, and subscribe for more moments that change the game forever.